I had been making music since I was about 13, and I had gotten to the point where I was like unable to describe how I'm making my music to anybody, and just not able to say like, I'm doing this way because of this. And I came to Shoreline Community College to learn how to convey what I'm doing in my art form.
Totally. So like mainly putting technique to terms, because that was a big thing for me too.
Yeah.
Like knowing in my ear that this is a decision I'm making, but I can't really say why other than it sounds good.
Right. I realized that I do know a little bit more than I thought I did originally. So I think my career plan was to compose music for video games and code it in there along with that, and also make film scores. So I don't think any of that's really changed, but I am still in my first year, so there's still the second year for me to make a drastic shift.
I came here to learn how things work and more about the components of sound and editing and all that make me nervous or frustrated. Getting my first degree will be nice, and if it's in something that I feel like is going to help me to make money in doing something that I like, that's good. And that's always been a struggle to figure out what that was. I've finally come to a point in my life where I'm ready to commit to a program, and I'm not really motivated by the fear of it not working out.
I feel a pretty strong sense of community at Shoreline. There's a lot of encouragement there to speak to each other and mingle, whether that's through group projects or breaks during class. A lot of people are very passionate about what they're doing. A lot of people work on a variety of their own personal projects. It's a very rich environment where you can look around and see who's doing what and learn from each other. And we're all learning at different paces, but we're also learning and applying our skills to things that we care a lot about.
I think even from like when you first get here, there's just sort of a vibe when you come into this building where it's like you kind of just feel like you can be yourself and talk to whoever you want without ever worrying about it. Because we're all just doing the same thing. It's not like we're on a bigger campus. We're all contained in a smaller building, which is very nice. I can go up to you and be like, what are you doing musically? And it's nice to be able to be like, I need help doing this one thing. And then being able to get at least 5 voices coming back like, I can help you do exactly that. And it's very nice to have that feeling of community.
I feel like since I've been coming into classes, it felt like that. It felt like everybody's here to learn, and there's no sense of judgment that I've felt from person to person. Again, we all kind of recognize that we're in different places and have different desires, but it definitely feels like an environment where you can go up and talk to anybody. I mean, having the music building being separated and enclosed by trees, so that's very special.
I think it's a really versatile program. I think for me too, a lot of my first year was just a really big confidence boost. Coming from a point where I've already written music and I've been practicing mixing in like different ways, and then getting into professional expectations of mixing or recording and actually knowing like, okay, this is best practice, and having very good reasons to back up why it's best practice.
It's helping me achieve my goals and dreams just by unlearning bad habits that I learned while trying to trial and error on my own, and realizing that there is a correct solution to doing things, and there's also a lot of room for you to be more creative in how you actually approach the situation.
Since my time here, Shoreline is helping me override some other things, just like Margo said, and in a place where I don't feel like I'm under a microscope. You expect a certain amount of flexibility, but if you haven't been in school in a while, you like are ultra hard on yourself. You know, there are a lot of options, and the teachers, they don't sugarcoat things. To be able to do live sound is really exciting because I've always been an ear player. I've depended on my ear for my whole life rather than being like a brainy technique person. And so I have interest in the art part and the expressive part of it and the figuring out part of it. But because I know that I lack in certain skills, that if you're going to be in charge of equipment or, you know, have any kind of focused work that's around technology and music, I knew I needed to get some sort of credential where I could experiment and learn, and it feels like a great environment to be exploring that.
If I had to describe Shoreline in one word, it would be refreshing.
I would say it's been rewarding.
Yeah, in one word, helpful.